Lagos, we're back with the morning crossfire here on 99.3 Nigerian. For my name is Kofi Bartels. A very good morning to you. Hope you're having yourself a good day. It's showering down in this part of Lagos, Victoria Island, where we're reaching you from Etime and Crescent. And I can imagine parts of the island axis of Lagos experiencing a slight showers this morning. Wherever it is you are, try and keep yourself covered, safe, warm, and all that. And be informed of the weather advisory received from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. The weather forecast, someone was telling me this morning, that they said it was going to rain some days. Last week it didn't rain exactly as they said. It doesn't always, it's a prediction, a forecast. It doesn't mean it will be exactly the way they said it. But you can prepare. If it doesn't happen exactly the way they said it, rain doesn't fall on all the days and some days are drier, then it's all good. But you prepare ahead so that you don't get caught unawares. That being said, let's talk this morning about petroleum sector. We're told that we have some delays in loading or transloading from other vessel to other vessels, and that's why we have some sort of delay. And Nigerians are embarking on panic buying. We're told Nigerians should not embark on panic buying, etc., etc. So we're going to talk about all that. But last week, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, as it is known, through the Group Managing Director, Melekari, declared a state of emergency on oil production in the country. All right? They declared a state of emergency on oil production. We want to know what exactly is responsible for this, what the organization means by state of emergency in oil production in the country. Guest this morning is the chairman of the IPMAN in River State, and of course he's an oil and gas expert. He's also an academic. He's a lecturer right there in a number of institutions in River State. We'll let you know that he's also, or was, let me put it that way, a governorship candidate in 2023 for the governorship election in River State with African Action Congress, AAC. He's an employer of labor. He's an entrepreneur as well. They call him Mr. Employment, so he's a part of many parts. Dr. Joseph Obele, good morning to you. It's good to have you.
Yes, Kofi, thank you for having me.
All right, fantastic. We'll talk about the state of emergency in oil production, because we want to understand what it means, whether we are at war or not. But before that, I went to fill my tank yesterday. Why? Because I saw a news article somewhere that talked about scarcity in Abuja. And I said, last time I did what I usually do, which is wait, until the scarcity will just disappear. I was almost stranded. So I went to fill my tank, bought enough to fill the jerry can for the generating set. Only to hear this morning in the news that we're told that, there's no need to panic buy. Some issue to do with transloading from one ship to the other, which was affected by lightning and rain and all that. So, are you of the same mind? You're an expert. What's the situation in Port Harcourt where you are with regards to all of this supply of petrol?
Okay. Before I continue with your question, let me set the record straight. I was the IPMA chairman for 4 years. My tenure ended a few months ago, so we'll have a new IPMA chairman.
All right.
So I'm a stakeholder of IPMA, and they're preparing me for a higher office.
Okay. All right. No problem. You carry me up there now. You won't go alone. You take me with you.
I heard you introduce me as a IPMA chairman. I successfully finished my tenure and I've gone for Thanksgiving.
All right. Fantastic.
Okay, let's progress. You asked a question about the situation of Nigeria dispensing supply and the supply chain network as concerns oil and gas. It is obvious that there is a supply gap. The demand of product is not equal to the supply by NNPC, and hence we call that supply gap. So the queues are building up gradually in northern part of Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, but here in Rivers State, Port Harcourt, I think we are not seeing the queues yet, because a few weeks ago, the private depots in Rivers State were still loading marketers, and the marketers are yet to run out of the depth stocks they have in their facilities. So the issue in Rivers State is not biting as it is in Abuja and Lagos. But I think the next few days, it will be biting, because marketers today, Monday, Tuesday, will be running out of the depth stock, the reserve depth stock. But the basic indicator for us to ascertain that there is a supply gap or there is a shortage of supply is on our portal. Marketers nationwide have gone digital. Before, we were buying from NNPC analog. You walk to a manager's office, you knock his door, you lobby, you bribe to get a product. But the new MD of NNPC Retail Limited, Mr. Stockman, he has come up with an innovation where marketers buy at one press of button on your phone. Every marketer now, you don't need to go to the depot, you don't need to go to the refinery, just on your app, on your phone, and we buy. And we have been doing this for the past 2 years. So it's a trackability index for us to know when there's no stock. So what did they do? They lock the platform whenever out of stock, and it's boldly written platform at when you're trying to open it that, sorry, we are out of stock. So the whole Nigeria, 27,000 marketers right now, ask any of them outside me, they will tell you that the platform is shut down, and it's boldly written on the platform, we are out of stock. So that is the basic indicator and one of the disadvantage of this digital platform too. Why we have numerous advantages too is it because it's obvious when it was manual or analog, it will be difficult for you to know when they have gone out of stock. But with this platform, because if the platform is open, people will keep booking, keep paying to them, and there will be accumulation of payment pending loading. But with this new innovation, it's very easy for us to talk about trackability when they have product and the rest. So it might be a disadvantage to them. Because marketers accessing the platform will be discussing with friends and family members. Hey, the platform has been shut down again due to no product. And that alone can bring about panic buying to a great extent. And those that want to take advantage of that to exploit the people, general public, can do that too. But we applaud Mr. Stockman for the innovation, and we appreciate it.
All right. I know there's no pun intended there. Stockman came up with an innovation that can tell you that you're out of stock. Quite interesting. Joseph Obele, thank you very much for that. So when you hear a group of marketers telling Nigerians not to engage in panic buying, that there is enough availability, it's just about an issue of transloading that was affected by the rain and thunderstorm and all that. Will you advise, what's your thought on that? Let me start with that.
I told you, we are researchers, we are scholars, and we talk about basic indicators. I said the number one indicator for us to know when stock is available nationwide, when it's not there, is water as introduced by the new MD of NNPC Retail, Mr. Stockman. And we are saying that could be strategically okay, but it has a disadvantage because it passes a notification to the general public. So until the portal is open and accessible, I think it will pose a little degree of panic buying.
Have you been experiencing this in the past, where if there's rainfall, there's delay in offloading or transloading of the product? Petrol.
It has never been an excuse. It has never been an excuse. But from a privileged information, we are aware that the worrisome circumstance to them is basically the high cost of landing cost of petroleum product. It has external factors has affected it, and I think as at last week, it was reported that it was close 1,300, 1,400 naira per liter. So the burden upon them is the recovery process, like the GMD mentioned. So it is really troubling that the high cost of PMS and their kudos to NNPC. Price from NNPC remain 566 naira per liter, but demand is not equal to. And in that circumstance, price stability will never be the same. It will be truncated by these factors, because in the situation in Rivers State, where about 600 marketers are making a request and they are able to service only 30 or 40, I think it's a worrisome circumstance.
Now, this issue of landing costs would have been helped ease by the coming on stream of Dangote Refinery. I'm sure Dr. Joseph Obele, you're aware of Dangote's statements in recent times. He's talked about lack of supply of crude oil to his refinery from Nigeria. And the man is having to import crude oil from the United States of America. What is going on?
See, I kept telling people that Dangote is a capitalist, is a classical entrepreneur, and is a businessman. He's not into charitable organization. And putting hope or our glory in this refinery like it will give us succor is the biggest shock we will get as a nation. It is not a nation-owned facility, and he's a businessman, and his basic objective is to profiteering, how to make profit. And the loan he took to establish that refinery, and no one should walk up to him to say, sell at this rate. So putting our hope or faith in the private-owned facility to give us the biggest shock of our life. There is no how Dangote will sell. And he had in all his articles or press conference, he has stated clearly that he's going to sell based on international pricing standard. So how do we discuss that? But now when you talk about social network, that could be or the welfare package, social welfare package, that could be on our nation-owned refineries. If Warri was up and doing, Kaduna was up and doing, the 2 refineries in the Leseleme, here in Rivers that are up and doing and running, then we can say government can give some succor to the people to alleviate the pains and the rest, because the hardship in the nation, bringing about depression, bringing about high degree of inflation, is really worrisome and troublesome, and people are committing suicide, and news are not capturing it every day for inability to feed and the rest. So we are thinking that we shouldn't discuss Dangote Refinery as a relief to us, but rather we should be ordered when our nation-owned refinery will be coming. There's no Dangote. There's no Dangote will be selling his product like a charitable organization.
Yeah, but still, I'm sure you've said it before on this program or other platforms I've had you on, that there will be some sort of advantage for a product that is produced within Nigeria's borders compared to one that is produced somewhere in Netherlands, somewhere in Netherlands, and then put on a ship and brought down here.
Yes, I said so. I will call that comparative advantage. And I put a clause to it, only if there's a competition to Dangote. Dangote, as I say, you praise what we call in marketing the game theory. The game theory is the strategies of another businessman to make the other businessman quit. And that's what you praise with. Right. So until we have another private firm operating another mega refinery like that of the, and kudos to NNPC. Early this year there was an advert that the refineries are all for bidding, bidders should come. And I anchored a press interview with you too, where I mentioned that we will frown at a Nigeria investor taking up that refinery, or an Asia investor, where we recommend an England investor or American investor taking up that refinery. So now where there is a balanced competition against the Dangote refinery, there will be a fair pricing scheme in it. Let me ask you a question. If you are Dangote, taking this Nigeria product to Nigeria market will cost you 350, but taking it to the South African market will cost you 700. Which one will you choose for? Dangote will be selling based on international pricing template, and not to say, hey, I'm a patriotic Nigerian.
Yeah, but Doc, the question that part will never what I want you to address is, are the suspicions that there are certain people in your sector who are trying to ensure that Dangote refinery does not get crude oil from Nigeria? Is that the
Dangote
case?
Never mentioned that they are independent marketers. Let me quote his word. It was on CNN when that lady was intervening. He said there are cabals that are trying to frustrate or setting up of this refinery, and they say there are forces fighting back. That's the word they use. So these forces will not be independent petroleum marketers and the oil cabals in Nigeria. Jonathan mentioned cabals, he never listed, give Nigeria the list tomorrow. Obasanjo mentioned that there are cabals. Now Dangote have come, there are cabals. Who will go on, Kofi, can we commission you to go on investigation with the journalists so that we let Nigerians unveil these cabals? Who are these cabals? A person like the richest man in Africa says there are cabals. And the president of Nigeria, 2-3 occasions, have mentioned there are cabals. So Kofi, when will you people as journalists unveil these cabals? Let Nigerians know who they are. But I want to put it, they're not independent petroleum marketers.
Okay, fantastic. The Port Harcourt refinery, we've had at least, you and I, we've had conversations on the Port Harcourt refinery renovation for some years now. We've had about 2, 3, or 4 dates of completion. Later they told us, okay, it's completed, but they're not yet producing. Production will begin soon. The dates have passed, and we've not seen one drop of refined product from the renovated facility. What is going on?
Kofi, on this regard, I want to align with Dangote also. in his position that there are cabals frustrating the oil and gas sector in Nigeria, stating that I am from by prosy, or I'm privileged to be a member of the host community. Alice Elemewa will have the refinery, the ongoing rehabilitation for the loan taken from Afrizi Bank for $1.5 billion, and the job is ongoing. I can tell you that I've been talking with the contractors aside. I've been talking, kudos to Mr. President, President Tinubu. Before his time, I think the project was suffering funding, but at the moment, all the necessary, every person is on site, and the job it has been completed. So I want to say there could be cabals. Take note of this. The day the refinery starts operation, two set of persons will be out of business. Who are these set of persons? Owners or operators of private tank farm will be out of business, because that business model is basically go import from the international community, discharging your tank and sell. Then second set of people that will be out of business, subsidy cabal or subsidy beneficiaries, they'll be out of business. Third set are the importers. So now, these three set of persons I've mentioned, they are multi-billionaires in dollars, and they are aware that the very day Port Harcourt Refinery, Warri Refinery, Kaduna Refinery starts operation, that they will be out of business. What happens to their facility? Billions of naira they invested in setting up the facility. Should it just be rusted away also? So I'm saying that I want to join with Dangote to say that there are cabals frustrating the actual commencement of the refineries.
So it's not an NMPC technical issue. Okay, they're still trying to tweak the Port Harcourt refineries. There are two of them at LMA. They're still trying to work on it and all that. Maybe one or two things they need to put in place apart from funding. You're saying there are also some interests at play.
The old refinery, the premier refinery with 55,000 production barrels per day is good to go. An insider manager told me that if they are to put it on today, that you just start running up as a facility. But the truth is that it is obvious that there are some elements of trying to frustrate the whole of this. And the forces are so strong.
All right, we'll take your comments on Facebook, not calls. We'll take your comments on X. We'll take your comments on WhatsApp, not calls, not voice notes, and, of course, your phone calls when we come back from our next break. We just started by looking at issues around, the oil and gas industry, petroleum downstream, and all that. We'll look at all that. Doc, when we come back from our commercial, I'd like to ask you, while we're talking about this state of emergency, that the Senate is investigating some importation of some adulterated diesel. I don't know if you heard about that with the Asuko Ekpayong, the senator from Cross River State, raised a motion, and they formed a committee to check that, know what is happening. And maybe I'll take your thoughts on that, if you want to talk about that before we dive straight into this issue of state of emergency. And we're asking, who is stealing Nigeria's crude oil? It's still the morning crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigerian. For numbers to call 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-1993, 0201-277-2993, or 0201-277-3993. We'll pay our bills. In a matter of minutes, we'll be right back to take your thoughts, your comments, your contributions, opinion on this state of emergency declared in Nigeria's oil production right here on the morning crossfire. Please stay with us.
And sports after this.
Pregnant Care. Do you know why you should take Pregnant Care supplements before, during, and after pregnancy? Pregnant Care is formulated by scientists to create the safest and most trusted formula. Pregnant Care from Vitabiotics UK contains 19 micronutrients, including folic acid and vitamin B12, which help reduce birth defects in babies.
Pregnant Care, helping produce healthy Nigerian babies and moms. Available now in all good pharmacies.
Pregnant Care.
It's my so clean, new and improved. It's my so clean. Free soap powder that dissolves easily. It's my so clean. Foams faster, 2 times cleaning power. It's my so clean. Little goes a long way. It's my so clean. So clean, so clean. New So Clean detergents, every grain works for you.
Ida of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you dey talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
hfm.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with no seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
Folake, where are you going? Won't you go to the cashier to settle your medical bills?
Bills? Cashier? My HMO already handles that.
You and these HMOs every time. Is it not the same HMOs we all know?
No, Reliance HMO is different. For example, I'm only here because I needed a physical examination. Other times, I chat with a doctor from the comfort of my home. I can even get a prescription delivered.
But they only cover you when you are ill.
That's not true. I had my facials done courtesy of my HMO. Even my workout sessions are covered by Reliance HMO.
How about hospitals?
Reliance HMO has a hospital roaming. Their relationship with providers makes it so easy to access care at any facility. Approvals take a short time.
They tell you what you're covered for?
With the Reliance Care app, I have all I need in my back pocket. I can connect with a rep in seconds.
How is that even possible?
This is Reliance HMO, the next generation health plan for businesses. Visit www.getreliancehealth.com or call 0201 700 1580.
Shape your future at Nile University of Nigeria, Abuja. Choose from our over 90 undergraduate and postgraduate programs across 8 diverse faculties, including health sciences and computing studies. Experience our ultra-modern facilities and seasoned lecturers dedicated to your growth. Apply today at nileuniversity.edu.ng. For inquiries, call 0806 602 7981. Nile University of Nigeria. Your journey to excellence starts here.
Need ideas for your daily tasks? Want to create stunning presentations, generate text and images with just a few clicks? Introducing Copilot in Windows 11, your partner in productivity, creativity and fun. Discover your everyday AI companion by using HP's laptop with its Windows 11 operating system. The HP Pavilion X360 2-in-1 laptop 14 EK1031NIA with its Windows 11 operating system is available at all DreamWorks stores. Call 0808-553-8331 or visit www.dreamworksdirect.com for more information. HP PC with Windows, the device for you.
In Nigeria, the weather can change in an instant, just like life itself. Even when you are caught in a heavy downpour or harmattan has left your skin dry, there's one thing that never changes: the restoring power of Vaseline Petroleum Jelly. Because we all know when harmattan strikes, if you are not protecting your skin, it cracks. So do your lips, and no one wants that. So, use Vaseline Petroleum Jelly to keep your skin healthy, smooth, moisturized, and protected all day long, so you can embrace every season with confidence.
Looking for ways to save your data? It starts with your apps. Deleting unused apps helps, but there is more. Most apps have data saver modes. Activate them to control data usage. You can also go to settings to turn off auto updates. Lastly, Close unused apps to save data when you ain't using your apps. These changes can make a big difference. For more information, visit your mobile operator's website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for more helpful tips. Stay connected and enjoy smarter data usage. This message is brought to you by the Association of Telecom Operators and Nigerian Communications Commission.
Ida of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you dey talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said hfm.com. Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, Nigeria, Lagos, welcome back. It's still the Morning Crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigerian folks. To have with us Dr. Joseph Obele. Oh, oops, it seems he's disappeared from our Zoom. I don't know where he is. But please feel free to call us on the numbers we usually advertise, 0201-277, 0993, 0201-277, 1993, 0201-277-2993, 0201-277-3. 993. You've heard what the man has said regarding the ongoing sort of panic buying, let's call it that, and fear of fuel scarcity. He says that they have an app, and they're being told right now that there is no product available from the NNPC. Oh my God. Okay, let's go to the phone lines. He's talked about the Dangote Refinery, talked about the Port Harcourt refineries coming on board and all that. A lot to chew on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Kofi, good morning.
Welcome. Your name, location, and contribution, please.
How, buddy?
Oh, we there. Thank you. How are your side?
My name is Olumuyiwa.
Welcome, Olumuyiwa.
Well, I sent message that I should pick up. Thank God you picked the call.
Oh, thank God. To God be the glory. Great things he has done.
I have nothing much to say. But why are Nigeria going for panic buying? I can't remember the year. They increased the price of fuel in Germany. Immediately they announced on radio, everybody park their car everywhere. Hold up everywhere. Government had to return it. Now, because we are doing panic buying, before, Kofi, please just allow me a few seconds. Before, before, they used to announce on radio, on TV that government has added 2 naira, 3 naira. Now they don't announce anymore. They just create scarcity. When people are now doing panic buying, then they increase the fuel. This price is going to 1,000 naira because of our panic buying. Do we still have enough to throw up and down Nigeria? That money, that remain money. We're supposed to take it. Why are you throwing it away for government? Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much, Olumuyiwa. We appreciate your time. 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-1993. I guess says he's trying to connect. I don't know what's going on, so we'll keep trying to see if we can get him. Okay, I think I can see. We can see him now. We'll take another call. 99.3. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bartels.
Welcome. What's your name? Your contribution, please.
This is Pastor Lady.
All right, Pastor Ladipo. Welcome.
Kofi, they've created a kind of monster around that petroleum industry. But my pain is this. Go and check other nations that runs refineries. 40% is owned by government. 60% is owned by private investors. And that is why you see this thing is working. In Nigeria, the government heads... Okay, sorry. In Nigeria, the government hold on to 60, 100, almost 100% of that refinery. And they wonder why the thing is not being productive. Don't be surprised that a man has been in that position for over long time. If it is a private business, will you allow somebody to run your business for a long period and the person is not being productive? What will you do? In this case, if we are going to get our oil sector to work, let government feed out 60% to private investors. It will work. Right. Secondly, in the case of Dangote, Dangote is a pure capitalist. Let's forget all these things he's doing. Let's see, at the time, this government and the previous one was celebrating that Dangote Refinery is coming on board. I just felt for us as a nation that they think that this man is here for the Christmas.
All right, thank you.
How will he invest so much amount of money? He will not think of recouping it.
Thank you very much.
God save this nation.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor Ladipo. We have Joy. Before I go back to our guest, we have Joy on the line. Joy, your location and your contribution.
Good morning, Kofi.
Good morning.
This market woman.
Your name is Joy
Kofi.
now. Welcome. Welcome.
The wickedness in this country is just too much. Fuege, plus hungry, no light. Hey, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Okay, Dr. Joseph Obele, let's go straight to you. You've said a lot. For instance, you've said that the Port Harcourt refineries, the one that loads has a capacity of 55,000 barrels of crude oil per day. It is completed. It can produce if they need to produce. You're saying that it's just waiting for official, I don't know, commissioning or whatever. You don't know, so some interests may be at play because you've given us a category of powerful individuals and institutions that will be losing out at the end of the day if the Port Harcourt refinery, any refinery works. You've talked about the NNPC app. You've told us that, those of you who log in there to try and purchase the product from NNPC, through the good work of Mr. Stockton, who is the MD of NNPC Retail, you've gone there and you've seen that they're out of stock. So you can't even access the app. So that's the situation on ground. We can take a lot from what you said. But let's go to this declaration of state of emergency on oil production by Mala Melekari, the Group Managing Director of the NNPCL. What are your thoughts on that, Dr. Joseph Obele?
Okay, Kofi, the truth of the matter is that every policy objective and the aim of this declaration is the OPEC quota for Nigeria, which is about 2.1, and at the moment, so it's a serious challenge to us as a nation because the benchmark for the budget is tied to the OPEC quota and our inability to meet up. I think it bring about a lot of setbacks. So that is the basic challenge, and that was the objective for this declaration. But I'm aware that as in management science, when we talk about the 8 steps of problem-solving analysis, number 1 is to identify the root cause. They are stealing our oil, yes. They are vandalizing our pipelines, yes. What is the cause? If unable to class it, we won't get any result out of that until we identify the root cause. In my book, written in 2017, the concept of Nigeria oil and gas sector, I was able to identify two basic reasons for stealing Nigerian crude oil.
Okay, Dr. Obele, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you at this point. The network isn't too clear. Can you log out and log back in? Maybe those those vested interests, like Sanusi Lamido, as he was known then, talked about affecting your network. I don't know, but please, it'll help if you log out, and log back in, and then let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, it's better. Okay, yeah. So you said in your book.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It's the bandwidth is too low. So log out and log back in. We have some time. Log out and log back in, sir. Sorry about that. This matter is so deep that even from the days of Jonathan, Sanusi Lamido talked about it. He called it vested interest. Do you remember that speech? Okay, 0201-277-0993. The man is saying, I guess, that if you're talking about Nigeria being unable to meet its crude production output quota given to it by OPEC, we need to look at the root cause of Nigeria not being able to meet its output or production quota before looking at solutions. 99.3, good morning.
Morning, Kofi, Bartels, Anna Jr.
Welcome. Very quickly, please, your name and contribution.
My name is Godwin, calling from Lapwell.
All right. Please go on, Godwin.
Yes. Before this moment of this discourse this morning, and from analysis given this morning, it is more clearer that we have wicked souls that are in charge of this our Nigeria as a country. Heartless people that does not care about the existence of other Nigerians. Those who feel that this country belongs to them and children unborn alone. And unfortunately, this is the government that was fighting and threatening the Jonathan government. And under the subsidy regime and whatever, now they are in charge. We don't want to hear whether Kaba or whoever that is behind the inavailability of the NNPC workers. They have to do their work as a government and put whoever is bringing the hands of the ground back, put that person under a check and let us get results. That is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, Godwin. All right, Dr. Obele, so you were saying that in order to solve the problem, we need to first identify the root cause. And you said you wrote something in your book. So that's where we lost the connection with you. So please go on.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is the sound clear now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, in my book written 2017, Nigeria Petroleum Sector, the overview of the oil and gas sector, I was able to identify three categories of thieves. We started this conversation by you asking a question: who is stealing the Nigerian oil? So I want to put to you that we have three categories of thieves. Number one are the conventional thieves. Number two are the unconventional thieves, and number three are the protesters. These are the three categories of thieves still of vandalizing Nigerian crude oil or pipeline, as identified by my research and in my book. Now, let me explain the number one. The conventional thieves are these cabals, and there is no prosecution going on or arrests that have identified any of these conventional thieves. The conventional thieves are those that go with vessel, those that actually plan the strategic thieves, and they are connected and they have collaborators in the forces and the rest, and agencies, they have collaborators. They go with vessels, they go with 50 trucks, 20 trucks. Now, when they are done, and the farmers have seen a leakage and a floating of oil, they just go to fetch it, 1 drum, 2 drums. These are all conventional. They didn't plan, they are not strategic, but they saw leakage and they've gone with few robbers to pick. Kofi, I want to put this to you. All the prosecutions going on right now in Nigeria are the unconventional thieves. I'm yet to see, as a matter of fact, during the night of operation, conventional thieves and the Ote, they don't go for the operation, but they're so strategic to they are billionaires, they are millionaires, and they are the conventional thieves and the real thieves. But the unconventional thieves are a farmer that will go to 1 jerrycan, 1 drum. Hey, I saw oil in my farm. Let me first smoke. That one is in court, Kofi. That one is in custody of police, Kofi. That one is in custody of civil defense, Kofi. That one is the one that they are trying to prosecute in the Nigerian court. Then the protesters are not really doing it for stealing. The protesters are the marginalized host community members, are the victimized host community members, the left untouched host community members. Kofi, let me put this to you. It is a quote in my book. I say it costs less than 5,000 naira to cost Nigeria a damage that will cost Nigeria more than 5 billion naira. Let me repeat that again. It costs less than 5,000 naira to cost a damage, to bring upon a damage that will cost Nigeria more than 5 billion. These protesters are the host community members that are bittered, seeing this leave our land, and I'm seeing pipeline behind my backyard, and they'll just put one or two small dynamites together, less than 1,000 naira. We hear thousands of explosives on pipelines without any vessel fetching. We hear numerous of explosives behind our backyard, and we see oil littering over the whole farmland and the sea, fishing port and the rest, without any intent to fetch or to steal. There's no intent. Take note of this. The protesters have no intent to steal, but their intent is to cause damage to Nigeria. Since this is leaving our land and we are not benefiting, let me just cause them damage. So the objective of the article of the Host Community Trust Fund in the PIA was established to tackle these very protesters and this third dimension of the vandals as it concerns Nigeria. Kofi, let's establish that we must condemn every form of criminal activities as it's costing Nigeria a huge loss, and the cost of repairing all this they are doing is worrisome too. But how will you expect a host community member that is seeing this flow, his land is shaking when you're pumping out crude oil? Is the lifespan over here in Niger Delta, if you see posters, numerous of posters, gone too soon, less than 40, less than 50, less than 60. Yet, go to medical center, you hear heart failure, liver failure, kidney failure over here in Niger Delta. But elsewhere in Nigeria, not so. But then Abuja sharing money from here. So until the re-intention of the investors of the PIA stream down, flows down to the host community, and they'll really feel, I'm from Ogoni, Elemeya in River State. Let me put this to you. If I and my family have this 100,000, have this 50,000 that will earn from the operations of Shell, Ajib, and NNPC in our land every month, Kofi, my family will gather together to protect the pipeline, because we know we have a stake, we know we have a benefit. So this is why when the host communities were agitating that this 3% cannot do anything, people were like making caricature of it, making fun of them. I want to put it, even 10% is not enough to abolish or to dismantle this bitterness in the mind of the host community, seeing the flow of products from your land, and yet you're not benefiting. So who is stealing Nigeria crude oil, like you asked again, are these three categories of thieves? Number one, the conventional thieves. And I told you, to arrest a conventional thief is not easy. And one of them is in the prison. They're all in the hotel, traveling from country to country, the conventional thieves. But all the unconventional thieves, the farmer that will just see oil in his backyard, say, let me fetch small one rubber. Let me fetch one drum. Let me fetch 3 rubber, 20 liters rubber. Those are all the people they're prosecuting. Who are those stealing with ghetto? Who are those stealing with trucks, 20 trucks, 50 trucks per night? So the protesters are the ones causing Nigeria this biggest damage, because we hear the pipeline and they'll say a trace story that was no truck fetch, a trace story that was no vessel to fetch. Their intent is like, since it's on my land and I'm not getting anything, let me spend less than 5,000 to cost Nigeria a damage that will cost them over 5 billion in repairing those things. So until the intention or the goal of the host community trust fund flows down to the beneficiaries, the host communities, and they'll really feel bold to say, yes, this is our land, this is the benefit, or they are accruing from it to us. Until then, our pipelines will never have peace. But we'll condemn it anyway.
So you're saying that the biggest loss is caused by the protesters? Or is it by the conventional thieves?
And the conventional thieves.
And the conventional thieves. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. I want to
and it's difficult to arrest the protesters. Can you hear me?
Yes. You're saying it's difficult to arrest the protesters.
to arrest the protesters and truck. If truck is small down after his house, how can you arrest that kind of person? It's difficult to arrest the conventional thieves because they are strategic, they are so rich, they can buy their way to the pipeline, to the ocean with vessels.
Who are they? Who are they paying? The conventional thief. When you say they can buy their way,
I told you they are strategic and they have collaborators.
Where?
That's my word.
Where?
And it's stated like that in my book too.
Okay.
They are strategic, they are rich, and they have collaborators.
Collaborators
in
where?
Agencies.
Where? In which agencies are we referring to? In which agencies are we referring to?
I've never mentioned any agencies. You can research, but you're a journalist.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I'll take a call. I wish we had more time to ask you more. But it's interesting. We've learned a lot. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Welcome.
Good morning, guest.
Thank you. Your name and contribution, please.
I'm calling from Crude.
All right.
Interesting conversation you're having in the studio this morning. I just want to ask your guest. So he has made some salient points this morning. What is his take on security operatives that are supposed to be guiding this petroleum, and they are also preferring from the nation coffers? That's my question for him this morning.
All right. She wants your take on security operatives that are meant to be guarding the petroleum installations of the country, but she says they are pilfering and taking away.
Hello, Kofi.
Yes. She wants your take on the security operatives who are engaged in stealing of crude oil instead of protecting the pipelines.
Kofi, see, let me put this to you. Security is not the business of the security operatives alone. Security should be the business of every person. There is no host community that will not be aware of a theft operation at night in their community. Because we see this truck pass through our doorpost to the pipelines. And when 20 trucks are passing through my doorpost, I'll ask myself, should I report to Nigeria that they're going to steal Nigerian oil? What is my benefit? So that's it. That brings us to the third element, to the third category of thieves, which are the protesters. Until the host community, only the host community can combat it without security.
But Dr. Obele, we have
Yes.
Tantita Services, Security Services Limited. Gosh, I don't know if they have an advert of this station, but they are like a host community component, or they are locals. Multi-billion naira contracts for pipeline surveillance or protection, whichever you want to call it. And we solve this problem.
It's a 4 billion naira monthly contract. It's a 4 billion naira monthly contract.
So
and those that this 4 billion touch are less than 1% of the total population of Niger Delta. So now, if I'm not earning from that 4 billion, or I'm not a stakeholder of that 4 billion, Kofi, can I see a truck moving through my backyard for bunkering in the night and I call? I won't call. So we are not talking about that security contract. Yes, they're doing a good job. But I want to ask you also, show me a newspaper where they have arrested one multi-billionaire, which are the conventional thieves. But you have those with one drone, with those with canoe with 2 jerrycan, those with canoe with just one single rubber, plastic of rubber, doing the whole of this. So until the PIA that concerns the host community trust fund is really manifesting that the host community members will be bold and proud to say these natural resources on our land, we are beneficiaries. That third element of it will not really be eradicated.
All right. Dr. Obele, I think you've given a solution based on your the problems you've raised. In those, you've given us solutions. Is there anything you want to add before you go? Just very quickly, please, in a sentence.
The solution to the third element, which is the basic element that is causing Nigeria this huge damage, is to the federal government to ensure that the host communities are stakeholders, are shareholders, are beneficiaries to the oil production activities going on their land. Until then, I'm not sure that bitterness in their mind will be eradicated.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph Obele. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You've said a lot. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. That's the size of our package. I want to go pay some bills right here in the Morning Crossfire. We have some messages for you, and we'll put those on the other side when we come back. Please stay with us.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
It's my so clean, new and improved. It's my so clean. Free for powder that is up seasoning. It's my so clean. Foams faster, 2 times cleaning power. It's my so clean. Little cars along the way. It's my so clean. So clean. New soap clean detergents. Every grain works for you.
Wow, Folake, this your new office space looks really nice. So just take a look at this furniture.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's not why I came. Your daughter's wedding was fantastic. Folake, who gave you all this money now? See souvenirs everywhere, courtesy of the bride's mother.
It is not who, it is what.
The AXA endowment policy gives you the benefits of target savings and life insurance in one.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.